So you're driving along, tire screech, you hit the brakes, too late. Car accident, you get out. You talk with the other driver, no insurance. Great. No license, even better. Happens all the time in California. Let's face it, there are thousands of illegal immigrants driving in this state without a license. Just a fact. 16 years ago, California put a law in place requiring insurance if you wanted a license. Instead of getting insured, many illegal drivers just keep driving, no licenses. Now, some argue that allowing illegal immigrants to be licensed would make the roads safer. After all, they're going to drive anyway. We know that. Leo, we know you believe in the rights of all people, even illegal immigrants. Why should someone who was here illegally be allowed to have a driver's license?
Well, Fred, the argument here is simply this. If we're not going to deny the fact that illegal aliens are in this state, in this city. The question here is a safety issue. If we make them insured and have them go through driver training, we'll have less accidents. So let's be, for those who say, oh, it's wrong, then you're denying a obvious fact. Illegal aliens will be in this country today, tomorrow, the rest of our lifetime. So let's get them insured. Let's make sure they understand the rules of driving so that we can make the roads much safer.
I guess it's a catch-22 because I think you'll agree, illegal immigrants probably don't have any car insurance. That's fair to say, isn't it?
Well, that's frequently the case, yeah. But I don't agree with you, Leo. I think that, first of all, I don't think that having a license has anything to do with whether you're a good driver. Right. And as evident by the insurance companies who don't want to, charge a fortune for the young drivers, the teenagers or the young adults, because that's what really matters is practice. That's what's important. And I think giving a license to these people, it's basically like saying it's okay to be here. And it segues into other things like, oh, it's acceptable. So now maybe I'm going to get that welfare. I'm going to get those food stamps. And our state is paying a fortune for illegal people to be here in the form of prisons, in the form of health care, in the form of schools. We cannot afford it. And we have to be strong on that. And even Jerry Brown is not in favor of this, who our new governor is our new governor.
But the point here is simply this. We can't use the argument of our dislike towards illegal immigrants to deny the fact that illegal immigrants are going to be here today and tomorrow. And the issue here is public safety. Is it a smart move to allow them to have these licenses so they get insurance as a conditional license and to learn the safety of the road? And that makes logical sense, notwithstanding their illegal status in this country.
Wouldn't the safest way to be, if you're an illegal immigrant, you don't get a driver's license and you don't drive?
That's
Wouldn't
right.
that make the most sense, Leo? I mean, if you think about it, it seems like that would wrap it up. Okay. The events of September 11, 2001 forever changed our country. Security never been so tight. And if you don't believe me, just take a look at our nation's airports. And if you travel by train, security's actually been even tighter. Let me ask you this. You're on board, the guy next to you has a gun. You all right with that? Amtrak's changing their policy to allow passengers to bring guns onto the train, reversing a ban that's been in place since 9/11. Starting December 15th here in California, anybody can carry a firearm onto the train as long as they give Amtrak 24 hours notice. The gun is unloaded and stored in a train locker. Despite that, many are concerned that legalizing guns on trains just makes it easier for those that want to do harm. Guns on trains. Charlotte, you all aboard on this one?
Wait, I am, because you're not going to be carrying it on board. I mean, it's going to be stored away. It's going to be secure. You're going to give them the 24-hour notice. It's not so different than the policy on airlines. And this gives people an alternative to going on an airline.
Policy on airlines? You can carry a gun on an airline?
Well, you can check it. Yes, you can check it. And that's what this basically is too with the trains. That's what I understand, is that you basically are checking it. It's not like you have it in your pocket with ammunition and you can, that's not the case. So I think it's perfectly safe. And I don't understand why people are so upset about this. And I also think that this could potentially boost our economy, because there are a lot of people who don't want to fly anymore because of the TSA security requirements. Now they have the option to take a train. So I think that's a positive thing.
So, all right, I understand, and you're right about what you said, but your point about this is going to boost the economy. So you're telling me anybody that doesn't want to fly has a gun and is going to take a train. They don't want to fly because you can't bring a gun, but on a train you can bring a gun, so that's going to boost the economy?
I don't know, but I just think there are a lot of people who don't want to take planes, and it's possible some people want to carry their gun. They're not going to be able to have the ammunition in it. It has to be locked away. It has to be secure, but this gives them an option. That's all I'm saying.
Leo?
This is horrible, and I'll tell you why. Because you got a mass number of people in a public utility, transportation, and you don't know, even if the gun's safe and locked away, there might be someone, an employee, who might get a hold of this gun. This is a horrible idea, considering that thousands of people who will be on a train and can be subject to one lunatic who gain access to that gun and fire. It's a horrible idea, and especially in light of this after 9/11. There's no logic.
These guns have only been banned for 10 years, and there weren't incidents before that. The last train robbery, most of them were in the 1800s. 1963 was the last train robbery. There haven't been incidents.
Terrorists are trying to come up with creative ways to harm Americans. The planes, trains, it could be anything. Whenever there's a large number of people, we have to be careful.
What'd you say, Charlotte? What'd you say?
He sounds like the Bush administration with the terror alerts and all of that.
Well, on this issue, I'm proud of it. On this issue, I'm proud of it.
All right, and I'm proud of both of you. Well done tonight. Leo, Charlotte, thanks so much. I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.
Hey, Magic Johnson has joined the group to bring NFL football back to Los Angeles. That's good news, right? Maybe.
If you're so smart, prove it. Contact NBC Filter on Twitter or Facebook, or send an email to thefilter@nbcuni.com. We care what you think, but if we don't like it, we'll filter you.
I was registering